What's up, crazy kids and cats? Welcome on back to hell with me, Splattercat. And like, every video with you is a hell. I know there's always that guy in the audience, like the old man. Every single time, as your audience grows larger on YouTube, like, believe me, the shit talking becomes unreal from, like, the trolls. Like, you start to get, like, the all-star class trolls that have just been doing this for, like, 20 years. Bitching at people on the internet, just getting really, really good at it, like it's a professional sport. I really hope that I make that jump right there. Otherwise, this is going to be a real short trip for me. I also don't know... Bone Dragon. Okay, he shouldn't be that difficult to deal with. Our DPS is pretty excellent right now with the current kit that we have. I'm actually going to shoot you with a gun because I've got hallowed bullets right now, which is super awesome. If you had hallowed bullets, you would be way happier. Okay, they're just made out of silver, but they still make me happy. They're luxury bullets. These are bullets for a very exclusive clientele. If you can't afford silver bullets, you can't hang out with me, pal. Looks like we got another granite biome in here. Might be worth investigating, but it looks like we've got another path up and over that way, too. Turn on the opacity of my map right there. You can do that with page up, by the way, if you didn't know. I don't know. It's one of those niche keys. Like, how many people, like, press page up during a video game? Not very many, I wouldn't think. I am consistently impressed about this game. I feel the same way, actually, about Unturned or whatever that game is. It was made by, like, a 15-year-old in his basement. Like, for real. Like, good on you, man. Like, if you've got a talent, express that shit as early in life as you can, because being young, you have so much more energy, and life is so much easier when you're, like, 15 to 25. Everything after that is downhill, and you just get, like, more and more tired every day. Like, every day you wake up worse than the day before. It just never gets better. Ask anybody who's older. It's a constant downhill. Like, I wake up now and I have weird pains that I've never had before. You should be like, I didn't even know that could hurt. Like, what part of my body is hurting right now? I can't even tell because, I ran an extra mile yesterday and apparently the universe decided to punish me. Foot hurts when you go for a run that you've been going for like, hella long, even though you got new shoes. It's just like, things fall apart. It's unfortunate. We need to get on this right now. Like, I don't care about dying. I think I'm okay with that. Like, getting old and dying, I can accept that. That's one of those things that, as you get older, I guess you just sort of accept it, maybe. Well, some people do, maybe. I've accepted it. You ever have that moment? This is kind of like existential right here. But anyways, this is not existential. This is sort of like, oh, I don't know. This is a little bit deep. But you guys ever, like, for the older people, you ever have that night? I had this when I was like 21. It happened to me where you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, well, damn, I'm going to die someday. And you just sit there and you just like bask in the realization that your ass is grass someday. And you just sit there for a minute. You're like, how can I stop this from happening? And slowly just like seeps in that you're like, huh, I'm gonna die someday. Well then, that's a realization. This has not been a violent cloud in a bottle. Shake the entire map. I got some gold right there. Ooh. Well, you stay with me then. You seem like you're marginally useful. I don't want that, though. I don't need any more, like, random zombie stuff. I want to know if this is, like, a common experience for everybody, because I'm willing to bet that it is. I heard Richard Dawkins tell a story like that one time where you're just laying in bed, like, one night, and you're just sitting there, you're like, well, damn, I'm gonna die someday. I'm like, well, shit. Never thought about that before. That's sort of depressing. Never mind, then. Oh, but after a while, it goes away. You shove it to the back of your mind. I'll worry about that in, like, 10 years or so. I don't know. I don't know how long I want to stay in this. I'm not a diligent man. I kind of feel like, so, is that the stuff that I want, right? It's hard for me to tell from the texture. Like, that's obviously tungsten. That's obviously copper. But I'd like to know how much of this stuff is actually... Okay, so that's iron. So it actually looks like it gives it some kind of off color when it's in the cave. It looks like we got another chest over there, too. I mean, I don't really need normal mode chests, but I figure I'll go after them just for, like, the extra gold because I died a couple of times, and it did clear out our bank account. Nothing clears out a bank account like dying, for real. Oh, my God, if you ever had to bankroll a funeral, it is crazy if you don't have any resources. Like, I lucked out in that, like, all of my family members... Really, we got the same loot twice? With the exact same mod? Huh. Didn't really expect that to happen. It's not one of those things you necessarily, like, look for to happen. Yeah, we got two at the... Oh, it's a lucky and violent. Okay. That's a little bit better. Hey, what was I talking... Oh, yeah, funerals. Funerals are expensive as hell, man. You can luck out. Like, my family's all military, and so one of the things the military has for veterans is that, like, if you can't afford it, they'll pay for you to be interred at, like, a military graveyard. Like, I don't know what the names are, but there's one around here where it's just, like, headstones as far as the eye can see. But anyways, they'll pay for it. The military will, as part of, like, their pension, they'll pay for you to be buried. It was pretty swell, too. It was really, really cool of them. They sent out the the color guard or something like that when my granddad died. It was pretty sweet. It was a nice thing of him to do. Apparently they have like a volunteer, like a group of volunteers for this area, for like the Tri-County area or something, where like if there's a veteran who dies, they go out and they do like the gun salute and everything like that. It was pretty sweet. It was a nice thing of him to do. And plus, because my grandparents were never like wealthy people, like, you know, slow crawl. There's a slow crawl in life to going from like, you know, dirt poor up to the next level, then up to the next level, and then you spend like a couple generations like stuck at the next level, just like getting by and all that sort of thing. It takes a long time. My grandparents, I mean, my granddad grew up in a mud-floored hut. He grew up in like a tribal Hawaiian village back before it was colonized or anything else. Like, there were cities there from like British settlers and things like that, and like Americans and all that kind of stuff. But he grew up with no running water. He grew up in a literal like thatch hut type deal, like with a mud floor and everything. I mean, and it's a long walk going from that to where the family is now. And so they were never like super wealthy. It's just not a thing that they ever acquired. Not a big deal as long as you're happy. And my granddad was one of the happiest dudes I knew. So there you go, life accomplished. But anyways, what was I talking about? I don't know. This has turned into a weird conversation. This just keeps going. Like, I keep jumping ship and like going to different things, talking about different stuff, when in reality I need to stick to the first thing that I was talking about. Now I can't remember what I was talking about, so a little bit hosed there. For right now, we just need to look for cobalt. That's the point in all this. They sent out the color guard, but yeah, they pay for the funeral. Funerals are expensive. That, I guess, was the final... That was what I was saying. When people die, oh my god, it is really, really expensive to take care of. Especially if you want to bury them. Even if you're just like cremating or whatever, it's like, oh my god. It's just all the random little associated costs. You got to put together a wake, rent a funeral home. It gets expensive if not everybody in the family can chip in because of their current like life situation. It's expensive real fast if the burden falls on like one person versus another. I think I just want to look for more treasure. I think did our spelunking potion? No, it didn't wear off. I do think the spelunking potion is pretty useful in this situation, though. I would hope you would agree with me. Do you agree? Let me know if you'd agree down below in the comments. Be like, I agree. Make sure it says I ... agree, and that's how I know you'll be paying attention. And that means that I love you more. People that pay attention get way more love from the splattercat. There we go. The irony here is that splattercat himself does not really pay attention much at all. And so you could make arguments about, you know, practicing what you preach and all that kind of fun stuff. But whatever. Doesn't matter. Mana regeneration potions. Most of this stuff I don't actually want. But I wanted to look through and maybe see if you get a couple more obsidian potions, because those are one of those things that I really, really prefer to backstock if I can. Yeah, I don't think other ores will spawn in down here, and I don't think we need hellstone or anything else right now. That was pretty awesome. Flying up layers. Why would you have that picture in your house? He's like, that's my devil mother. I'm like, you shouldn't say that about your mom. She brought you into this world. I'd be like, well, my mom is a devil. I don't know where you want to go with this, but I'm going to drink you. I'm going to drink you because I don't want to throw you away, and you seem like you'll be vaguely useful. Spelunker potion, how much longer do you have? Titan. Man, oh, it fell off. Never mind. There we go. Little bit more. No, stop destroying pots before I get over. Oh, what was that right there? What is that? What is that? Huh, it was like a weird little lumpy thing. I thought maybe it would give me something when I harvested it, but it did not. Oh no, that's that fiery stone stuff. Okay, I don't want to stand on that. I don't know if I brought my skull with me. Did I bring my skull with me? I did. I brought my skull. I will take the skull, and I'm going to put it in instead of that, I guess. My Angry Warrior emblem. I still have no idea, by the way, what any of the colored words mean. Like, I know that blue is like the lowest one, and then green is like a ammo or like a magic or something like that. But like, what's the order of like worst to best? Because it seems like it's just sort of random. Like, some items are like purple, but they're way better than the legendaries. I don't know if it's like Diablo-esque, where sometimes you get like more out of it than you should, and so you get an item that's just got good mods, and so it's way better than something that's like a higher tier. Man, nothing down here. Y'all robbing me right now. Did I drink? I don't remember. I have potion sickness. Oh, okay, I thought that was only for health potions. I had no idea that that affected me. But today we're just going to be running around down here, and I'm going to be looking along the roof for cobalt or a calcum and anything else I can get my hands on. I know that we have all three ores, so I think if we could just like cruise along the ceiling for a little bit, it'll probably all be okay. I'm going to shotgun. Why am I not using a shotgun right now? Like, why am I chopping people with a sword when we've got a boomstick? Seems like poor life planning to me. Mostly, actually, I'm going to stop looking for pots and all that kind of stuff. Instead, what I'd like to look for is... Well, here, why not? That was really satisfying. They were lined up. I had to do it. I don't know. Do you have that sort of thing? Like, I'm really, like, weird about some... What is that? An obsidian. You can store stuff in it? Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm gonna shoot you in the face with a shotgun, imp. You teleported into the wrong corridor. Better figure it out. I also need potions, so I guess this will work out. I need the medium potions. I've been running out lately. I need to take them, and I need to put them inside a chest in my base so that if I die, I have another stock of health potions because they melt whenever they hit lava or anything else. Still, after the Flying Dutchman, I kind of just want, like, a little bit of peace and quiet. The Flower of Fire. That seems pretty badass. I kind of want that. Uses 15 mana, does 50 damage, and throws, goodness gracious, great balls of fire. You take my nerve, then you rattle my brain. The kind of love drive a man to say. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I like that song. That song is, I mean, despite the fact, wasn't that song written by a guy who married like a 12-year-old? Jerry Lee Lewis or something like that? Was that him or is that somebody else? Either way, even though it was written by kind of a skeevo, I still like the song. You gotta learn to differentiate art from, like, the person that makes the art. Because if you don't, like, it's really sort of disappointing. You'll basically hate every artist ever because, like, half of them were, like, anti-Semitic. Half of them were, like, super racist. Some of them were just crazy conspiracy theory crackpots. It's just, like, you gotta differentiate the art from the person. Otherwise, you'll never get anywhere. I still don't see a whole lot of useful ores down here. Or do I? So does the map ever end, or does it just keep going off the side? Do you, like, hit a spot in this where eventually it just stops spawning places for you to go? Oh, there's a pink bomb right there. Oh, never mind. It's not sitting there. I'm an idiot. That was inside my crafting menu. It's inside my crafting menu. I thought I'm going to shoot you with a gun. That was fun. I enjoyed it. Would do again. Enjoyed thoroughly. Would shoot with shotgun again. Oh, man. Some of these lava pits are getting big. Some of these are getting kind of scary. I'm using all of my skills right now. I got some demonite right there. What is that? That might be something good. I'm going to go look. I'm going to go look. I'm gonna get rid of ash blocks right now. I gotta drive hella far on Saturday. You ever have like that apprehension where like you have a family function and like you're excited about the family function, but you're not stoked about like the 5-hour drive you gotta do to get there? You're just like, and like you know you have to be there because you skipped like the last 3 family functions, so you're like, alright, I have to go. Like I don't really, oh, it's cobalt? Good. Well, at least, oh, there's another cobalt over there. Hell yeah. Anyways, like you know you've gotta go because I'm like a family guy. I try to like space it out every now and again because it's a long drive. But I'm going to try and drain some of this out. You got to stop by every now and again. You got to keep your eye on, like, the important stuff. And I'm the kind of person that will, like, work through weekends and things like that and just be like, no, I can't go to a fun barbecue and get drunk all day. I've got to work. Like, that's just the sort of person that I am. I'm a workaholic. I really, truly, and sincerely am. I'll work myself half to death if I let myself. So sometimes I just got to sit down and be like, well, maybe I should do a recreational activity this weekend. Might be a wise... Really? You survived a shotgun blast? I kind of want to let you live because of that. It sort of seems like a cool idea, but maybe not. Oh, my fireball. Where's my fireball at? I want my fireball. Put that... It's the flower... It's from Mario, in case you were wondering. So, what is that? Does it go through walls like the imps do? Oh, it bounces. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So it does like the Mario thing. That's pretty sweet. Uses a lot of mana, though. Mana's definitely a little hefty. If it travels through enemies, I think it'll probably be useful. But I'm going to go this way first. There's something dead right there, and it dropped like a depth meter or something. I don't know. Something died right there, and now it's my responsibility to go pick up its loot because why not? We'll probably be able to make a cobalt suit of armor pretty soon. I think we've got to be getting close to like 100, 150 little bits of cobalt. Drill that on out. I don't know. We could test it. I mean, not bad, actually. That does a lot of damage. It does 40 damage. I mean, that's a considerable grip of damage if you're in, like, normal difficulty. If you're in hard mode, it's not really that important anymore, but I'm going to use another Spelunker's Potion because I'm trying to keep my eye on anything that'd be useful. I need to use these more frequently. Ooh, calm down. Shooting bows at people. Worst thing here is that my inventory is full. Oh, that drill actually, like, kills things. That's pretty fun. I enjoy that. Killy murder does make me happy. Looks like we got demonite right there that fell on the ground. We got some orichalcum too, which is pretty cool. Don't really want any of these. I kind of just keep picking things up on accident. The ruthless, I'll probably vendor a lot of this stuff just because it seems to be clogging up my inventory pretty nastily. Souls of the Night, the warding depth meter, I kind of want to sell because I bet I can get a gold out of it or something. Cobwebs and all this stuff. Bombas. Actually, the bombas might be useful, but I already destroyed them. Let's granite block up. Okay, we got more than enough gel. We got 124. That'll give us 40-something bars. Still not enough. Still not enough. We got to keep our eye on it right now. I think I need at least maybe 300 to get everything done. Luckily, it looks like there's some cobalt up here. Slap myself in a little bit of... Actually, I think we're having better luck down here. I was wondering where the cobalt was at. I think we're having better luck in hell than anywhere else. I am interested in long-term building myself a elevator so I can just jump all the way down to hell when I need to. And then put water at the bottom or whatever. I don't know. My travel times have been getting a little bit absurd trying to go in between locations. Bunch of bats down here. Trying to watch my health because every now and again they get a hit off. And it does creep up on you. I can't tell you how many times I've died in this playthrough just because I didn't look at my health bar. Like I didn't even use a potion or anything. I was just kind of, what was that? Something just fly past me at high velocity? I feel like something did. Who's throwing shit? We're in hell right now, but they don't even get to throw shit. Oop, fell in lava. Luckily, it's not quite as fatal as it used to be. Used to be really, really fatal. However, for right now, I just want to keep skimming along the roof because we've had better luck here with cobalt and everything else than we have anywhere else. Nothing right there. Nothing up and in right there. I find that sticking to the roof makes this all easy. That bee, I swear, I get so much mileage out of that bee. That bee is holding it down. Oh, man, you were too high for my fireball. Ooh, not too high for my shotgun, though. Blasted the rings right off your ass. There we go. So now we've got ourselves another big block. That should be another 20 ore or so, and I think we might be able to recall after this. Get ourselves back up to the surface. No, no more banners. I wish there was like a thing in the options where you could disable the banners because I have so many of those stupid things. Like they drop all the time. Like half the time my inventory is, oh, we might get like 30 out of this. That's even better than I thought. Well, hell yeah. I don't know what the difference between the different armors is. It doesn't appear to be quite as good as the molten armor. The molten breastplate gives me 9 defense, whereas the cobalt armor looked like it only gave me like 7 or 8, but that was just the helmet. So what's my helmet worth? 8? Yeah, so I think the cobalt armor might not be as good as what we have, but the bonuses, like the extra 10% damage and all that fun stuff on the back end will make it worth it. I am going to kill myself some bats like right now. My spelunking potion gone? No, we're still good. Fantastique. Do some creative jetpacking right here. And that's where it becomes useful right there. I need to get myself another one of those lanterns. It sucks that I don't have it anymore. Because that lantern, I don't know what happened to it. I've looked everywhere. I think it might be in one of my chests somewhere, and I just didn't bring it along. But I need to find it. Why am I hook-shotting everywhere when I have a bee? I feel like an idiot right now. I do like hook-shotting, though. It is a thing that I enjoy, so it's not that big of a deal to me. But I do have my bee right now, and I feel like I'm underutilizing him, considering he is a way to fly earlier in the game than you're supposed to be able to. I guess we're supposed to, like, craft some wings or something later on. I don't know. We don't have any hallow on our map that I've seen yet. That's the only thing that I would say would be kind of a problem, is that I've seen 0 hallow so far. Now, I haven't gone all the way off to the right yet, but I've destroyed, I think, 6 or 7 altars at this point. No hallow anywhere, so we have to find hallow, otherwise we won't be able to get these crystal thingies from underground that we need to do some stuff. And then it's all kind of a long, lengthy process, but... Oh, it killed my... No! My bee is susceptible to fire, I guess. Go ahead and flood this whole area in the pursuit of any other next tier material we can get out. Yeah, there it is. Taste my fire. Taste my burning flames. My burning balls bouncing in your direction. I think we've probably got enough right now. What do I have? I got 206. That'll give me like 70 almost. If I could get 4 more, I think that should be alright. Let's go back. Hopefully we don't get any more craziness. Like, for real, I'm totally tired of dealing with, like, pirate stuff and things like that. It's just too much for me at this point. Get rid of you. What was that worth at the end of the day? Not very much. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Could sell off pirate deckhand. I'll probably hold on to that. Because I have so many shadow keys, I'll probably sell one of those, too, just for the cash. I don't know, maybe you combine those with things later. I might be making a foolish mistake right now. The Ruthless Dark Lance. I don't know if I like the lance or not. I'm going to hold on to it for now. A living fire block. What? The hell? No way. That's super rowdy. Where did I get that from? Huh. That's kind of cool. Can you walk on it? Like, how does that work? Or does it just burn things like in the background? Or does it just count as a background? That's pretty sweet, though. It looks like it's just a background. That's lame. Man. Disappoint thy name is Splattercat. Alright, well, it's still kind of awesome. I mean, it'll be... Oh, I forgot to get buckets. That was the whole reason I went down to hell. Well, I went down for cobalt, too, but whatever. I'll do it off camera. I do need to fill in some of this, though. Or at least make a very large pit that they fall into so that I don't have to worry about this shit ever again. Because that pirate invasion damn near murdered me. It was bad. Not fun at all. Make a bigger pit over here for my enemies to fall down into. And then maybe later on, my kitten's like freaking out right now. He's just like howling at the moon. I don't know. He's been really cuddly today. He's not a cuddly. I know people are like, oh, it's not. It's really not. He's not a cuddly kitten. He's really sort of violent and just unhappy most of the time. But today he's been really cuddly. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's been like, he jumped up on my lap and he purred today. He never does that. He never does that. Jumped up on my lap and just like started purring. Like it was a good ass day. I'm like, huh. I don't know what got into him. Go ahead and dig this on through. I also think this is probably going to help. It looks like his face turn. I think it's the side of the drill. It kind of looks like his face turns blue while he's drilling. He's like, ah! The drill of asphyxiation. Worst D&D item ever. I always had cruel dungeon master that like curse items and just like mess with you all the time as like a narrative subplot. All kinds of good stuff. I was always a fan of the fire oil. I played a campaign one time where we started out, so he kicked off the beginning. It was set in Baldur's Gate. I think everybody's done this campaign that played Baldur's Gate. But anyways, it was set in Baldur's Gate at the time where it was being sequestered and quarantined because of the iron shortage or whatever. It's a pretty fun little campaign, kind of being like extra characters in a situation where you don't really affect things, but you're adventuring in the same world as like the other party going through and solving problems. And so randomly throughout the whole thing, should I keep these clouds in a bottle? I think I have several already. Like, I don't know if it's a good thing for me. Oh well, I'll put them in. I'll save them for later. Depth meter, why not? Tattered cloth, I still don't know what the hell that goes with, so I'm not even going to worry about it. I would like, let me equip you real fast. Throw my obsidian skull in there. I know I can combine that with something. I saw you guys' comments. I don't remember what you said, but I remember there was a comment that I can combine that with something, so I will eventually. Don't worry, we got to move things around for just a second. So now that that's all moved around, dirt blocks, clay blocks, I'm always a little bit conflicted. I always feel like I should sort of hold on to them just in case. Let's go smelt our stuff real fast. I'm going to try and get the rest of this cobalt out so we can get started with the mid-game. We can also make orichalcum here, but it takes 4. Get the cobalt going. I don't know if these count as like a new tier or how this all functions. I thought it sort of just like did its own thing. Got leggings. What is the breastplate going to cost me? 20. Gives me 8 defense versus the 9 that I'm getting from my molten breastplate. See, the difference... The defense is not so good. I think the helmet makes up for it too, because the helmet's got extra defense if you're going melee. And we are wearing a melee suit right now. Get the critical strike chance. Movement speed goes up too, which would kind of be nice. Things in this game are getting a little bit zippy for me. Getting a little bit fast. I don't know. What's the difference between these two? Like, is it just like a preference? You can take either or, just in case you don't want to be that guy. I thought that was a cobalt chain gun the first time I saw it. I was like, oh, I want this right now. I want the chain gun right this second. I'm going to put it on me like, for the Emperor. And just like saw my enemies in half with my arm-mounted chain gun. Alright, well, that's what we said we were going to do. So let's go ahead and we'll move up the tech list. I'm going to go with the range build for right now with the mask. Because I'd like to have the extra range damage and the range critical strike chance since I'm mostly... I have a cutlass, but I'm mostly using my shotgun. So, I don't know. I can make another one. It's not that big of a deal. Like, I can move the goalpost around a little bit. We have extra cobalt, so it's not like a massive deal that I make one and not the other. Let's go ahead and slap it on and see how it looks. And take off that real quick. Oh, cool. It makes me look like a ninja. I enjoy this. That makes me happy. I don't feel 10% faster, but realistically, 10% is not actually that big of a boost. Like, it's not that big of a boost. Can I combine the shotgun with anything? It's a frenzying shotgun. Oh, I got the shitty shotgun equipped. Where's my other one? I got another shotgun in here somewhere, and it does not have a terrible mod like that one. It might be up in here. Yes? That is my other... Wow, there was the sound of like a massive fart outside. That was weird. I don't know what that was. Either a giant's coming and he's quite flatulent, or... I don't know. Might have been a motorcycle, but it was a very farty sounding motorcycle if it was a motorcycle. You know what? I'm going to drop the episode right now, and I'm going to look for this stuff on my own time. My name is Splattercat. See y'all next time. This is Terraria 1.3 hard mode. I think we've got a long, long hill to climb before we're done here, and that's for realsies. Like, we got a long time before we're going to be taking on any bosses. From what I saw with the Destroyer, he absolutely laid me out, like, instantaneously. It was bad, so I will see you all later. Take care, everybody.